Hey Tigers, we hope you're having a good day.
We're here to bring you another great newscast. McCartney, do you know anything about the helpers at our school?
Kinda. Why?
Maybe this video will help you get to know one better.
My name is Jay Anderson and I am a special education teacher. This is my second year full-time. 1 year before that, I was a long-term sub, but I was also co-teaching in a class then. And so yeah, 3 years. For half the day, I'm in the resource study hall to assist with the kids that need extra time or help. And then the other half of the day, I co-teach English 12 with Mrs. Clemens, U.S. History with Mr. Halferty, and Algebra 2 with Mr. Sullivan. Apologies to the other two, but I did have a history license before my special ed license, so I like U.S. History with Mr. Halferty. I wanted this job because I discovered I like working with the students. It's a challenging job. It's never the same from day to day. 70s classic rock.
Thanks, Cameron and Mr. Anderson.
Now, here's a segment about the WAC and the classes they have to offer.
Hello Tigers, I'm Taylor with WCSN. Here in digital media, we spend our days meeting with local businesses, making videos for clients, and bringing you your school news, which is a great option within the Warsaw Area Career Center. And did you know our Warsaw Area Career Center offers around 100 courses to choose from? And I wonder what other courses I could have taken, which leads me to ask myself, where would I be if I wasn't editing this video? Maybe I'd be learning to cut Mr. Barkey's luscious hair with the cosmetology class. Maybe I'd be learning to put out fires and save lives with the fire rescue. Oh, or maybe I'd be making my very own surfboard and skateboard from scratch with Gone Boarding. Perhaps I'd be learning how to fly planes with the aviation class. Or I could learn to cook and maybe even start my own restaurant with the Blue Apron. What if I chose to fix up cars and learn how they function in automotive? And if I'm lucky, I could have even learned how to build a house from the ground up in the building trades class. My point is, our school offers so much more than you could possibly imagine. So why settle for a 9-to-5 office job? Set yourself up for greatness, and remember, Tigers, your mind is the only limit. Thank you for listening, Tigers. I'm Taylor with WCSN.
Thanks, Taylor. Now, Rose, do you read a lot?
Not really. Sometimes I'll read the newspaper if I'm bored, though.
Did you know the school has their own paper called The Roar? Well, let's go take a look.
The Roar is basically responsible for putting out the student newspaper. They look up articles, they research topics that are important to the student body. We try to do at least 2 pages that are covering kind of more basic student news just to keep things going, and we have a good time designing the articles. I have absolutely loved to watch these students kind of take ownership over this paper and make it their own each year. I feel like this year, both Emma Ferguson and Elle Perkins, the editor and co-editor, have really made it their own, and they run a tight ship and it's organized and deadlines have been met, and yet there's still time to explore their creativity, and it's just been a blast to watch them.
So last year I was the co-editor of The Roar, and this year I am the editor-in-chief. It's been a really exciting process. Not only have I been able to collaborate with some of my fellow peers, but I've been able to really explore my creative side through designing the cover and the masthead and the back cover as editor. So I will make sure that we have enough stories for each issue, and I will make sure that everyone is scheduled right. I make the schedule, I take care of the calendar, and organize meetings as well. I have loved being able to lead my team and just be a leader and friend to them. Be on the lookout for the next Roar issue coming up this March and for the end of the year issue to find fun stories, Miss Know-It-All, Tiger Beats, and more.
Hello Tigers, I'm Chase, and as we get set for the weekend, I want to let you know about an amazing opportunity you have this Saturday night. WCHS's Performing Arts Center is hosting a Dancing with the Stars fundraiser to support local nonprofits, where community members couple together and compete in a fierce dance competition. Now, let's take a look at our competing couples. First, Travis McConnell and C. Grandin will be dancing for Wagon Wheels Center for the Arts. Jim Smith and Emily Goff will be dancing for CASA of Kosciuszko County. Your very own Paul Zachariah and Susan Stokes will be dancing for Kosciuszko County Trap Neuter Return. Trace Hansen and Carrie Morgan will be dancing for Joe's Kids. Randy Polston and Lakeisha Green will be dancing for Combined Community Services. Chris Cage and Megan Dinsey will be dancing for American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Chris Plack and Angela Dielman will be dancing for Cardinal Services. Sean Brown and Kayla May will be dancing for Magical Meadows. Tommy Meyer and Laura Rothar will be dancing for Kate's Cart. Well, there are your competing couples. We hope that you're able to come out Saturday night at 7:30 and support your local nonprofits as well as your local teachers and community members. Tickets can be bought in the box office or online, and we can't wait to see you there. For WCSN, I'm Chase.
Now, in a few weeks, spring break will happen.
So here's a story about spring break.
Hey Tigers, as you probably know, spring break is right around the corner, which is nice because a week-long period of respite helps to break the monotony and stress of the fourth and final quarter. And some people choose to travel during their break, and some decide to stay home and spend time with their friends and family. Personally, I'm the latter, choosing to catch up on some sleep, get in a bit of exercise, catch up on some of my favorite shows, and even hanging out with friends. However, no matter what you choose to do on your break, just make sure to enjoy it and to have fun.
Finally, let's take a look at our next Riley story during Riley Month.
I'm Louisa Davis, and I am the Director of School Counseling here at the high school. This is my daughter-in-law, Emily, and this is my granddaughter, Olivia, and they have a Riley story that they would like to share.
Olivia's story at Riley started last year, March, I believe. She had been more sensitive to light and was blinking, and at a regular well-check appointment, the pediatrician noticed something going on with her eyes, and we got referred to our regular eye doctor, and then referred on to Riley and saw them pretty quick, and then she was diagnosed with congenital glaucoma and had her first eye surgery 5 days after that appointment, and then her second one was 2 weeks after that.
We were a little bit concerned. She was such a good-tempered baby, and we were just a little bit worried about what the outcome could be, because anything that has to do with your eyes is usually pretty serious, so I was a little bit worried about it, but we were able to see her like after the surgery and things like that, and it seemed to go well, and it made a difference, I think, with her being able to see differently and better than it was before, so that was very reassuring to her.
Riley was encouraging throughout the whole process and good at answering our questions and just making us feel well cared for. I'm a nurse, so I have a little bit more background with what all they have to do, and so they were really good at easing my mind with that and just encouraging me. She got a new toy before the surgery each time, got a little baby doll one time and a ball another time, so just kind of distracting her, and then made us feel comfortable during that process too, and always gives us time to ask questions at the follow-up appointments. I feel like people should donate to Riley just because they're a good organization and they're good about helping people in the community, not only just their patients, but donating to them helps provide those things like the toys before the surgery and meals for the families, especially families that are having to stay there longer term. And just like I kind of said with my nursing background, that kind of gives me an insight of how stressful being away from the family is. We're so thankful that Riley was part of her story and what they did for her and what they do for all the other families of patients there.
Thanks for watching, Tigers. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Make sure to come back next week for our next newscast.